Welcome everyone to this webinar on data analytics and data science. This is a part of the Analytics Accelerator certification run by equiskill.com for the last 3 years globally. We have learners from all geographies that join up to learn analytics. If you look at our mission and our vision, it's really very simple, right? We want to make sure that everybody can draw the vast amount of data that they have to their disposal, that they can draw insights from that data to better the state of their organization and their country. And the way that you do that is by practicing. And our values are all about practicing, and we have unrelenting customer support for all of our customers. Those of you that actually have videos on, you can switch off your videos for better reception. Now, courses here are taught by analytics professionals, real analytics professionals, not trainers. And our faculties have 2 decades of experience with companies that we'll talk about. We maintain a small class size, typically of 20 people per batch that graduates from the Analytics Accelerator and Data Science Accelerator. And we have a methodology which is very unique to us called the Click and Follow Analytics Workshop, where we show you things and you practice along with us in the class. So you leave the class with hands-on experience in a lot of tools and technologies. Now, about the instructors in this particular course, we're actually 2 instructors. So there's me. I'm an MBA computer engineer. I've worked with Amazon Fraud Analytics, IoT teams, and I've worked with Citibank Advanced Analytics and Insight Division. And I've actually been the Vice President of Learning and Development for Citibank Advanced Analytics and Insights for learning and development as well as for HR. And I got bitten by the analytics bug and I started my own company, equiskill.com. We also have Ujjwal, and Ujjwal is an MBA from ISB, one of the top 10 B schools in Asia. His work experience is in Wipro Analytics as well as with HSBC Corporate Banking Analytics, where he's actually a senior manager for analytics at HSBC. So these are the instructors, for the course. What you see is what you get. We're the only people who are going to take you through this particular course, right? We've trained hundreds of professionals globally. They typically join on the individual capacity, not through their companies, and they join to upskill themselves and add data science to their careers, right, and become successful people that use data science either in their current jobs or they transition completely to data science careers. The reason why we're here and the reason why we're talking is that data is exploding. And when you look at this visualization, you see that there's 277,000 tweets each and every minute, on the internet. There's, 2.5 million shares on Facebook. There's 4 million Google searches. But that's just the data that's, text data. But look at this, right? You've got 3,000 images on Pinterest, smaller platforms. Look at the number of emails. It's just way too much to handle even. And then you've got 72 hours of video, which is why you now have video analytics. So all of this, is the explosion of data. And the reason that Python and R, which have been around since the 1990s, have become hugely popular now, is that data has been doubling every 2 years. So every 2 years, every year, the amount of data, doubles, right? So now if you look at it today in the year 2018, the amount of data is more than double of the amount of data that the planet had in 2016. So it's a straight 2x. Why is this happening? Can any one of you share a few reasons why so much data is getting shared? Yes? And hi, Satya. Guys, please take a guess, guys and girls, everyone. Why do you think so much data is being created globally? What is contributing to this? And this has been happening since the year 2012, if I can, sort of share that with you. That is doubling every 2 years. Come on, Ria, Nitin, Frika, please take a bad guess. I love bad guesses, okay? So if you have a bad guess, I'm going to say thank you to you, okay? Prakash says digitization of everything, absolutely, right? And, other people here, okay. So there's someone called Satya who's not getting audio. So Satya, what you need to do is download Zoom Cloud Meetings, okay? And enter the ID 537 262 and 320 and join on mobile phone, okay? So please do that and it will work perfectly fine. Now, you've talked about e-commerce, social networking, but did anyone of you talk about the fact that computing capacity, right? How much is the RAM on your phone? Okay, major says the number of devices connected to the internet, increased number of applications. Answer this. How much is the RAM on your phone? Yes, how many GBs is the RAM on your phone? Come on, folks, everybody. You all have a cell phone. 2 GB, 4 GB, 3 GB, right? This is more than the amount of RAM that a supercomputer used to have 20 years ago. Okay, so even supercomputers 20 years ago did not have the kind of RAM that your cell phone has today. So reason number one is the computing capacity on the internet, and reason number two, of course, is the internet, that all of these devices are connected. But reason number one is also the computing capacity, and then the connection of all the devices, right? And then social media and digitization, which is what you guys have shared. What does this mean? It means that data science has become one of the hottest jobs in every country in the world, including India, including Indonesia, including all of the other countries in the world, including the US. When you look at Middle East, you look at Singapore, you look at Jakarta. I wouldn't say Kuala Lumpur so much, but in Jakarta, definitely data science is really big, and big data, right? This is the reason why now everybody is focusing on data science. Now, you might think of companies like Facebook and LinkedIn as professional networking companies, right? Facebook is what kind of networking, and LinkedIn is what kind of networking, guys? Let's talk about Facebook. What kind of networking do you do on Facebook? Is it professional or social networking? Right? P for professional, S for social. Social, isn't it? Exactly. And LinkedIn is professional networking, but all of you have noticed that that's been changing recently, isn't it? Nitin and Rupesh, Prashant, right? So what you guys are all seeing is that recently even LinkedIn is becoming far more social. You're wishing people happy birthdays, congratulating them for anniversaries. Why is this happening? Because social is equal to data. The more social you make people behave, the more data they're likely to share. These companies, folks, are not social or professional networking companies. No, they are data companies. Data is the new oil that companies are investing in. Data is the new soil. How many of us know that Tata, and if you've heard of Tata, it's a conglomerate in India that is a $105 billion conglomerate. How many of you know that Tata also has an analytics division called Tata IQ in Bangalore, right? It's huge. How many of you know that companies across India and Jakarta are all actually using analytics to increase their business, isn't it? Okay. And did you have a question, Satya? Yeah. Satya raised his hand, so I just wanted to check if he had a question. Right. I want to now ask you one more question. It's time for all of you to take a shot at this, right? What are the different kinds of analytics that you have heard of? So Amirul, right? Vinita, Sunil, Reni, have you heard of any kind of analytics? Please put it in the chat box. I'll give you an example, right? Ria, come on, folks, boys and girls, everybody. The name of the company that someone is asking in the chat box is called Tata IQ. Okay, so Raju says marketing analytics, Ganesh says business analytics, Sudhir, Rupesh says sports analytics, streaming analytics, fraud analytics. Absolutely right. Absolutely right, Fitria. Yeah. Okay. See, fundamentally, first of all, understand that there's only three kinds of analytics. And those are the ones that you see on your screen now. Yeah. Everything else that you've mentioned is a subset of these kinds of analytics. It is either a subset or it is the application of these three analytics in a particular domain like sports or finance or healthcare or HR. It is not actually a kind of analytics, right? When anybody in the analytics industry asks you what are the three kinds of analytics, the answer is simple. The first one is descriptive analytics. It's about describing what is going on in a company. Okay. And this is easy. It sounds easy, but it's not. See, companies have information stored in many different databases, right? They're typically using many different ERP systems, many different softwares. They might be using SAP. Along with that, they might be using JD Edwards, right? They might be actually using another software on the cloud, for example, Zoom video conferencing. And how do you get the data from all of these sources and describe what's going on in a business, and that is descriptive analytics. It is typically an exercise that is in hindsight, which means it has already happened in the past, right? How do you describe? You describe by using reports which you pull from the database. You create some drill downs in the reports. For example, if you have an employee attrition report, you say attrition as per the location. You say attrition as per the gender of the employees, the seniority of the employees. Those are drill downs, right? And then you have certain metrics. Let's take, for example, in a business, you have profit. Now, profit might have profit after tax. It might be the profit before tax. These are the metrics of the business, right? And you have different metrics for different departments and different roles. For example, if I'm in supply chain, then my metric might actually be to ensure that there are enough inventory turns, which means that goods come into our business quickly and they get sold quickly so that we turn the inventory and we make good cash flow and good profit. So it depends on your role. You also need alerts. Now, alerts can be different. For an HR person, a resignation may be an alert, that someone has resigned from the company because it results in an attrition. But for someone who's in the supply chain department, they might need an alert when a particular item that is in our company is reaching the lowest level that is allowed for the stock, right? So a particular stock keeping unit, we call it an SKU, might be reaching the lower level. And when it breaches that low level, then we actually look at it as an alert going out to people in the company, right? Okay. If all of this, graphs, charts, alerts, is descriptive analytics, what is predictive analytics? So let me answer that in a very simple fashion. If descriptive analytics is what is going on in a business, suppose I tell you that last month our sales actually went down for mobile phones by 20%. We sold 20% less mobile phones last month. And you're the head of the company. The very next question you are going to ask me is something that starts with W and it's a 3-letter word. Head of sales for a company, what will he ask you? What will she ask you if you say sales went down by 20%? Come on, guys, in the chat box. It's a simple question, 3 letters. And the moment you ask this question, Raju, Fitria, Sudhir, everybody, it's easy, isn't it? Why did sales go down? They want to know the answer. How do you answer this? You answer this by using predictive analytics. So let's come to predictive analytics over here. Here we go. In predictive analytics, you try to gain some insight into why things are running the way they are in a business. Once you're able to predict that insight, you would want to do more, right? You would want to analyze it, forecast it into the future and tell me how sales is going to look in March. And then you'd want to create a model of how sales is impacted by certain factors. Let's say that sales went down because we just had a New Year sale, and after the New Year sale, no one wants to buy cell phones. Well, then the next question that the head of sales is going to ask you is something like this. The first question is what's going on in the business. Second question is why is it happening? The reasons, create a model and forecast it into the future. The third question, if you tell him it's happening because Independence Day, I'm sorry, because New Year went by and now nobody is buying cell phones because there's a lot of discounts on New Year. Now there's no discount. He's going to say that's all fine, but tell me, and it's a simple question, 3 letters. What is this question? Exactly, right? Aileen, thank you so much. Absolutely, Fitria. How are we going to get the sales back up? That is the most important thing. And then now someone is asking you to answer a question about the future. So what they're asking you for is foresight into how we can improve the business. They want you to prescribe a way, a solution to actually improve the state of the business. Now, this cannot happen using only human beings. It happens using dynamic rules. When Uber gives you a discount of 10% in Jakarta, and it gives you a discount code of 10%, there's no nice human being in Uber that's giving you that discount. No, not at all. It's actually a computer that's figuring out that there's a problem with the sales. It's been going down. It's going to go down further next month. So we need to give some kind of offers. These are dynamic rules. And all of this is done using machine learning as well. And this is where you get into the realm of machine learning, where human beings step out of the picture, machines understand what's going on, and explain and solve the problem of what needs to happen in the future. So I hope we're all clear now on the different kinds of analytics. There's only three: descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive analytics. Are we all clear on this, folks? Please say yes in the chat box if you're clear, or if you have a question, ask me now. Okay? Major, Raju, Ellen, you're clear? Okay, Ishwar, Ganesh, you're not clear. Please tell me your question. What question do you have? Okay. Yes. So an exam for predictive and prescriptive analytics, an example for predictive is predicting if the sales went down due to, seasonality. For example, what do I mean by seasonality? After Christmas and New Year, people do not buy because they were buying during Christmas and New Year. So predicting this is known as predictive analytics, and predicting exactly how much sales is going to come down because of seasonality in a particular time period, that is, one example of predictive analytics. In prescriptive analytics, one example is the Uber discounts that you get are the best example of prescriptive analytics. When Uber or Amazon sends you a discount code or a recommendation to buy something, that is all prescriptive analytics. Is prescribing how to do business in the future. Now, is it clearer, Ganesh? Okay. Ganesh will let me know if he's clearer now. Yes. Now, Mohan says, what about fraud analytics? Is it predictive, descriptive? Okay, very good question. So, when you describe the ways in which fraud is happening in a company right now, that is actually descriptive fraud analytics. When you describe or when you predict how much sales fraud is going to happen on the platform by using the different modus operandis of fraud, MOs, okay, which are the different ways in which human beings do fraud. When you want to predict those, the impact of fraud by modus operandis on the sales or the profitability, that is predictive analytics in fraud. Okay. And when you want to find future ways in which people may commit fraud using machine learning or deep learning, then that is prescriptive analytics in fraud. Okay, I hope that is clear now. Yes. Now let's talk about machine learning in predictive analytics. One of the questions is, does machine learning also come under predictive analytics? Not generally. Generally, predictive is used to connotate the statistical or the data science way of doing things, right? And ML, you could say that the initial algorithms of ML, like gradient descent algorithm, to take one algorithm, those could be considered to be at the border. But the important point is, you have to understand that these borders between predictive and prescriptive and descriptive and predictive, these are not watertight. So we think they're watertight, they're not. There are actually overlaps. Okay, so I would not call these watertight. The way you might want to think of it is like this, right? This is descriptive, the green line, and then we have the sky blue line for predictive, and there is a small amount of overlap that you see here. And let me take a deep blue line for prescriptive analytics, and there is a certain small overlap over there as well, right? So does this help you understand that there is small overlaps between descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive analytics? Is that clear, folks? Yes? No? Please say something in the chat box so I can go ahead. Okay, thank you. I need your responses. Yeah, everybody. Very good. All right. Fantastic. Now, what is big data analytics? It's nothing at all. It is just applying any of these analytics to data that is greater than, for example, 1 GB these days. But in 10 years from now, forget it, in 2 years from now, you'll be talking about greater than 1 TB. So one is the size of the data. Also, it is data that comes at a very, very high speed. So it has a lot of velocity. And it is data that has a lot of variety. And you had seen that a short while ago, right? That the kind of data getting generated on the internet in a minute, it was images, videos, text, all kinds of things. So whenever you apply any of these, including something as simple as pulling a report from huge data set using a big data technologies tool called Hive, Hive, that is known as descriptive big data analytics. If you use big data in Spark to make predictions, it's predictive big data analytics. And then what is financial analytics? It's applying any of these kinds of analytics to the financial domain. What is HR analytics? It's about applying to this HR domain. Risk analytics, fraud analytics. So now you guys are clear. Shall I move ahead? Superb. Superb. Thank you. This is really important because people are so confused out there about the different kinds of analytics. Now, if you look at it right, each and every sector in the world is using analytics. And that's what I'm trying to convey in this slide. So you can see here the retail, banking, e-commerce, healthcare, telecom, social media, everybody is using analytics. Let me give you some examples. The recommendation engine on Facebook and LinkedIn, do you get recommendations every day saying that would you like to make this person your friend on Facebook? Or would you like to connect with this person on LinkedIn? Yes or no? Yeah? Tell me in the chat box. How do you think that is happening? It is happening by using algorithm in data science, which we called market basket analysis. It means that if you have something already in your basket, for example, you have two friends on Facebook, it will look at those two friends and find other friends that they have, right? And it will try to recommend those friends to you and say, hey, you know what? You have these two friends and they have many friends. Why don't you, out of these friends, why don't you become a friend of a couple of them, right? And it will use some criteria, statistical criteria, to pick this guy over here and this girl over here, right? And that is market basket analysis data science technique used for recommendation engine. But surprisingly, Amazon uses the same technique, right? Recommendation engines to recommend what you should buy. So they look at what is in your shopping cart, and on the basis of shopping cart, if you have a wireless mouse in your shopping cart, what are the other products that Amazon may recommend to you? Can you tell me? If you have a wireless mouse, what are the other products that Amazon may actually recommend to you? You guys got it, right? Ishwar, it could be network analysis. Yes. What other products? Take a guess. What other products? Major says wireless keyboard. He's absolutely right. Ganesh says Bluetooth, right? You're someone who does not like wires. Okay. Someone says mouse pad. Rupesh, you're right, isn't it? Okay. So you guys got the concept there, right? But there are many more applications. So predictive analytics is used for upselling and cross-selling. If I'm American Express and I have 4 million customers in a particular city, right? Let's say a city like New York, okay? And all of them have different credit cards. Let's suppose, out of these, 1.5 million of them have the gold credit card by American Express. Now, American Express wants them to use another credit card, which is a higher value credit card. Which credit card would American Express try to sell to them? And that's my question. They already have a gold credit card. Come on, people, in the chat box. People already have a gold credit card. Which credit card would Amex now try to sell to them? Yes, platinum, absolutely. So the question is, simple. If I have gold, you'll try to sell me platinum. The question is, out of these 1.5 million people, who deserves to get a platinum credit card? How would you do this? Yes, anybody? You would do this in which fashion? Can someone tell me? How would analytics help you decide? You cannot send 1.5 million emails. You cannot call people. Okay, Ganesh says those who consume more. Mohan says salary. Okay, other people, spending patterns, transactions. Absolutely, you guys got it right. So what you need to do is you need to run a technique called logistic regression. So it is a predictive data science technique. Credit scoring, yes, is what one of you has rightly shared. So you would run a predictive technique. You would look at all of the transactions of these 1 million customers, and they have many attributes like their address, their PIN code, their salaries, designations. Amex has a lot of data, right? So you would look at all of those transactions one by one and try to arrive at using logistic regression. It's a technique that's a data science technique, machine learning technique. You would use logistic regression to figure out who is credit worthy. And to those people, who are spending and who are credit worthy, those who revolve their credit, which means every month they pay part of their bill, they don't pay all of it. They would try to offer them the next category of credit cards. But what if I already have the platinum credit card? Suppose there's 500,000 people that already have the platinum credit card. Okay, 0.5 million people. Then what would you try to sell them? So let's say you're a financial company, not just American Express. They have the best credit card already. What would you try to sell them? You got it, right? So loans, isn't it? Additional cards for parents, yes. But you could also try to sell them loans, insurance, yes, mutual funds. Guys, do you agree or disagree? Absolutely, isn't it? A lot of you are saying yes there, yeah? So that is known as cross-selling modeling. When you sell a different product, it's called cross-selling in analytics. When you sell same product but a better, higher denomination, it's called upselling. And these are all done using regression, which is a very famous analytical technique that we will also cover in our program. And there's many more that you can see here. Really, you need to find time to read all of this. I've put it together so that you can Google some of these things and understand actual applications. And banks are really big consumers of analytics, right? And that's what all of you guys can see here. All banks are trying to reduce cost, reduce the number of branches, increase the number of customer spend, improve the digital experience of customers on their website. And all of this is happening using analytics, because of which, after the telecom sector, banks are the number 2 consumers of analytics in the whole world. Telecom is number 1. But even human resources woke up in the year 2013 and they decided, hey, you know what? We also need to use analytics. Now, why did that happen? Why do you think human resources decided to use analytics? Yeah, it happened because CEOs wanted more data. And this is what you can see here, that all the orange colors here denote the CEOs who were not happy with the amount of data that they had. Yeah, can you all see that? Okay, I see quite a few responses. All right, folks, that's great. So all of you can, notice that, the amount of people that are unhappy, the CEOs are a lot of people, isn't it? Right. And this is what led to HR also getting into the whole data analytics space and using analytics in a big way. Now, I'll just, quickly move forward and show you that there is room in analytics for people who have a technical background, which is the green line, as well as people who have a business background, right? So the blue line is the business people who have economics, MBA as their experience, and the green line is the people who may have computers in their careers, or they may, for example, be MCAs, right? All of these people are the blue lines. No matter who you are, there is room for you in your career to learn analytics. All right, folks. Right. So as you look at it, there's a strong career ahead for people in analytics. What you need to learn are a couple of things, right? What you need to learn is you need to have some business skills. So whatever knowledge you have in analytics, whatever business knowledge that you have in any domain, it is useful. It's not that it is not useful, but you need to learn a lot of data science algorithms, right? Statistics and data science algorithms are really important, as are the IT skills or the programming skills that you require for analytics. Those are also very, very important, right? So those of you who have not done programming before, can you please say yes in the chat box, or no if you have not done, and yes if you have done programming in the past? Okay, so some of you are saying yes, some of you are saying no, right? Do not worry. We will start the course with something as simple as 2 plus 3 equal to 5. For those of you who have not done programming, we'll start with 2 plus 3 equal to 5. You can do analytics using user interface, UI tools. You can also do analytics using coding or programming as well. We will show you both in this course and we will start from the very, very basics, right? Okay, all right. Okay, great. So data science is basically, big data is nothing but applying data science to very large data sets that have volume and variety. And some of you are engineers, so electrical engineers can definitely enter analytics. And Python or R, I would say you need to definitely learn R, Tableau, and you can also pick up Python later. You don't have to choose because both of them have excellent advantages, right? So let me show you here. This is a very good question before I get into my demo. If you look at the article here, which is Python versus R on, yeah, I'm just pulling up a nice article here on Python versus R. Each of them have very, very strong strengths, right? And here are the strengths of Python versus R. See, both of them started in the year 1990s. So what you'll notice right away is that 1995 is when R started and 1991 is when Python started, right? And then when you understand, both of them are open source languages with a lot of support from people on the internet. R is all about analysis, statistics, and modeling, and Python is very much about productivity, writing small codes where you can get a lot of things out of the code, and easy readability and usability of your code. Definitely, those are the advantages of Python. You will find that R is used a lot across the world by data scientists, right? So these guys, after academics and research, it moved a lot into enterprise market because it is free. Okay. So all of those who are into data science, they're into data analytics, data science, research, primary, secondary, all use R a lot. And those who are in engineering or technical environment, they definitely prefer Python because it can go into production, which means if you have findings, let's say Uber wants to give discount to a lot of people, so they can use tools like Python and Spark to put those discounts into the IT system and shoot them out to a lot of people in the market, even email marketing campaigns, right? So Python has that nice advantage there. Okay. And Sudhir says data science is nothing but Hadoop. So Sudhir, data science has nothing to do with Hadoop. Okay. So, Hadoop is just a way of doing distributed computing and it is not data science. Okay. So data science and machine learning are not about tools. It is about learning the techniques, which I will show you in a very, very short time. Okay. Okay. Right. So now if you look at it here, right, both of them have a lot of support from community, right? So you will see the data science community supports R as well as Python. And the learning curve is a little, tough initially for R, but then the advanced stuff in R is very, very easy to learn, right? Okay, right. And Python is considered to be easy for those who, are programmers only. And if you look at the growth, I think both of them have grown significantly and a total commanding around, let's say around 78% of the market share right now. Python typically has an annual salary of $115,000, while R has a salary of $115,000, while Python little lower, $94,000 because it's easy compared to R. So there's more people that are doing Python, but R, a lot of people are doing it, but it's a little harder. So you'll find that the salaries are a little bit higher, right? Again, there's no clear winner. If you ask me between R and Python, total they're commanding, almost 100% of the open market share. So you need to learn both of these tools over a period of time in order to be able to succeed. You also need to learn Tableau. So when you look at it and you type Gartner Magic Quadrant 2017 in Google, you will find that the top tool for descriptive analytics, which is compatible with both R and Python, is actually Tableau, and that's what you see here, as well as Microsoft Power BI. Both of these were jointly ranked #1 in the year 2017 because they're used extensively in the whole market, and there's so many jobs in Tableau. You'll also find that Tableau integrates perfectly with R. So R and Tableau integrate really well. If you look at this link over here, RStudio and Tableau integrate perfectly well. So it's a great combination, and R is also compatible with Microsoft technologies like Azure. So it has a huge potential, even support from Microsoft. So if you check out Microsoft R, you'll find that Microsoft is now supporting R in a big way, and they have adopted the exact same syntax of R that you're going to learn in this program, which is the R open source syntax, right? So this is Microsoft R over here. Okay, and you can imagine when Microsoft puts their power behind an open source language, what happens. You'll also notice that R has far superior visualizations. So this here is an R package called ggplot, and it does a fantastic job of visualization compared to the Python visualizations, which are a little more basic in nature. But the Python community is trying to improve that as well. Yeah. So how many of you know Nadal and Federer? Yes. So Tableau is used for descriptive analytics, Rupesh and Mohan. How many of you know Nadal, Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer? Okay. So there's no point arguing which is the better player, because between them, they have got more than, how many Grand Slams? Federer has got 20 Grand Slams, French Open, Wimbledon, and Nadal has got close to, 14. So between them, they have 34 Grand Slams, right? So there's no point arguing. They're both great people of the era, and R and Python are both great languages. Yeah? Okay. So I hope this was clear to all of you, and I will share this link with you in the email. To all of you that stay till the end of the webinar and you share the feedback form, all of these things will come your way. Yeah. Okay. So now you know that no matter who you are, you can enter the field of analytics. If you have any doubts, email me at amit@equiskill, contact@equiskill.com, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And I'm now all set for my Tableau demo. Are you all ready for a demo in Tableau and then a demo in R? How many of you are excited by that? Yes. Okay, here we go. Great. So we'll start off with Tableau. What is Tableau used for, and why is it the #1 tool in the world right now for business intelligence? We're going to find out right now. What are Tableau's capabilities? See, Tableau is capable of going all the way from here till here, right? So it can do some predictive analytics, it can do a lot of descriptive analytics, and this has made it the #1 tool in the world. Before we go there, we have to understand that Tableau is not a data visualization tool. All of you think it's a data visualization tool, it is not. It is actually equally good at data exploration as it is at data visualization, and we'll learn the difference very shortly. See, first of all, why, yes, Tableau is a paid tool, Mohan, but you can get it free. I will show you how to get it free. Why do you think we use visualization? So I will show you something here. Can you count the number of nines on your screen right now and tell me, please, everybody? How many nines do you see on the screen? Okay, so sorry, I had muted myself accidentally. So you can all see 10 nines on the screen once I add color, but without color, you cannot see the nines on the screen. So understand that human beings think they're great at numbers, but actually we're great at visualization. And when you exploit the visual perception ability to amplify understanding of data, that is called visual analytics. Let me show you 4 data sets here of sales and profits. Here you go. So assume that this is the sales and profits for company 1, company 2, company 3, company 4, and you see 4 sets of values clearly here for sales and profits. And I ask you to analyze this. In the world of analytics, we'll use, mean, median, mode, all of these mathematical things which I will teach you in the course. We'll use standard deviation, we'll use variance, we'll use regression. These are the things that we use, right? But the moment you try and do that, you'll realize that there's absolutely no difference. Exactly the same mean, the same variance, the same averages, right? In all 4 databases, same correlation, same line of linear regression. So you're in trouble, right? There's no way that you're going to be able to analyze this data by using data science or machine learning, right? How would you do it? Answer is very simple, folks. All you need to do is forget the mathematics, draw a graph. And the moment you draw a graph, you will see 4 different clear sets of visualization. The first one has what we call a line of best fit, which divides the data, and it will give you a lovely equation equal to y is equal to mx plus c, showing you the relationship between y and x, which is profit and sales, right? In the second case, initially profit goes up and sales then profit then goes down, right? Y is profit and X is sales actually. And in the third case, you can see that steadily profit goes down. In the fourth case, profit goes up regardless of what happens to X. X is the same, but profit keeps going up. And there is an outlier here, which you have to investigate. There's another outlier here. Can you all see the beautiful amount of insights you're getting when you visualize this? Please say yes in the chat box, as opposed to using mathematics. There you go. Now you understand visual analytics. It is not about formulas. It is about understanding data visually. And this is why Tableau has, in a matter of 2 or 3 years, become the #1 tool in Australia. Tableau salaries in Australia, for example, are 110,000 Australian dollars for a Tableau professional who has barely any experience, right? Huge. In Bangalore, everybody learned R and Python, and then only to discover that in Swiggy, in Nano BI, all of the companies, right? Impact Analytics, everywhere, Brilio, they are all hiring people who must know Tableau, and along with Tableau, they must know either R, or if they know Python, that's also okay. And if they know SAS, that's also considered to be good, right? But you can't learn everything. So we believe the best starting point for our people is to start with R plus Tableau. And you can look at the number of jobs in that in the market, it's huge. And you have to learn SQL as well, and Power BI, because Microsoft is pushing Power BI. It's also compatible with R, right? Okay. So these are some great tools to actually start your analytical learning journey, right? Now I'll go to Tableau, having explained to you how this works, and we'll launch a very exciting Tableau demo. See, you can connect to an Excel sheet in Tableau, but you can connect to all of these databases. Have a look. Microsoft SQL, IBM DB2, SAP HANA, Amazon, Google Analytics, virtually any data source you want in the world, Tableau can connect to that data source. Oracle, right? Cisco, Cloudera, all of these data sources, right? And then when you connect to the data source, and let's take, one example of a data source is a global superstore data source. So I'm going to connect to, this source. You'll see how easy it is to analyze in Tableau. In a matter of seconds, I'm going to hash and dash this data for you in Tableau, and you'll see drag and drop analytics, right? So I'll take all the orders that have been placed in the system, and I'll bring it and I'll drop it here on the canvas. The moment I do that, I get all of the all of the columns in my data set. In the world of analytics, we do not call it columns, or we do not call it fields like we call it in computers. We actually call it variables. So you can see all of your variables in your data set over here. Order date, shipping mode, customer ID, customer name, segment, city, all of that, right? You can even see that row ID is a number because Tableau has put a hash there for you. You can see shipping date is actually a date because Tableau has put a calendar to show you that. You can see that city is a geographical variable. How easy is it? And in an Excel sheet, you'd never have known what kind of data is it. Agree or disagree? People? Come on, folks, tell me. Yeah? Okay, great. Yeah? Fantastic. Now, watch how easy it is to manipulate your data in Tableau. I'll split this, order ID. You can see it has three parts: the shipping, the distribution center, the year, and the order ID, right? So what I'll do here is I'll split this into three parts very quickly here. And after splitting this into three parts, I'll delete the last two splits. Okay. And it's so easy to split your data and rename it something. For example, here I'll rename this the distribution center. Okay. You can clearly see it's the countries, right? Spain, Singapore, India, Canada. You can see those countries there, isn't it? But the analysis in Tableau does not happen, okay, in the sheets like it does in Excel. The analysis in Tableau happens, in these sheets here, the visual sheets. Now, if you have raw data in the form of a paragraph, says Ganesh, we will use R. And I have one more demo coming up in R. So hang around. Very exciting demo on SpaceX mission, right? We're going to look at the SpaceX mission in paragraph data and Twitter, connect to Twitter live and show you what people are saying about SpaceX. So hang on to your seats, Ganesh, there. Yeah, super exciting demo coming up. See here, you'll notice that Tableau automatically does so much hard work for you. It breaks up your data columns into measures like discount, profit, sales, because we measure these things and we want them to be high or we want them to be low. For example, let's take profit. We all want profit to be what? High or low? Tell me in the chat box. Yeah? Absolutely. We want profit to be high, isn't it, folks? Yeah. But what about discounts that we give to a customer? Does a business want the discount to be high or low? I'm not talking about the customer. I'm talking about the business. Low, isn't it? Anything you measure is called a measure. It's put over here. Now, let's talk about the dimensions. These are the things you don't want to change. For example, if you have a customer called John and you prefer for the customer to change his name to Peter, do you think the customer would like that? Yes or no? Absolutely not, isn't it? He loves his name. So the things you do not change, like the order date, the PIN code of the customer, the product name, these are things you don't want to change, right? These are known as dimensions. Okay. Tableau automatically changes the dimensions, and Prakash is very happy with my response there. Right? Tableau automatically changes and converts some of the columns into dimensions, and it converts some of them into measures. Now let's see. I want to see the total amount of sales, the quantity of sales in different countries of the world, in different categories of products that I have. See how easy it is in Tableau. I'll click on category, I'll click on quantity, I'll click on segment, customer segment, right? And I'll click on market, okay? So let me go and find market, different markets. See, I've just selected all of these things. There's a recommendation engine here on the top right corner, which is already recommending to me some of the graphs that I can use. I will choose this graph over here and I get this view. I see that the market is giving me a long vertical graph. So I'll just take the market and I'll drop it on top and boom, I get a view of all the different markets. Can you all tell me now, if I want to add color to this, what do I have to do? I'll just take market and drop it on color and kaboom. There you go, right? Make it fit the width and maximize and ask you some questions. Can you tell me in which market in the world are we just beginning to do our business? New market. Come on, people, you can all see it there. Is it Africa, APAC, Canada? You got it, right? It's all Canada, isn't it? And in which market in the world are we beginning to emerge and become profitable? Which market looks like we're beginning to sell a lot? Two markets are there. Which two markets am I talking about? Okay, it is Africa and EMEA, isn't it? Have a look at this. Very small amount of sales, but these are growing markets, isn't it? Africa and EMEA, yeah? Okay, so Tableau helps you sort of explore all of this in a matter of a few drag and drop. So I have a question for you. Did we do any advanced programming for this? Yes or no? Was it a lot of hard work? No. This is the power of Tableau, right? And you can, annotate this Canada here, and you can add a comment to this area saying new market, okay? And you can okay that comment. There you go. But you can analyze much more. So I'll rename this sheet emerging markets and show you the global sales and profits, right? Okay. I'll explore the data further for you. And this is called visual analytics. The moment I say global sales and profits, I'm talking about the sales and I'm talking about global. So it's different countries, isn't it? Sales in different countries. So let me click on show me here and look at the recommendation. It says go for the world map. So I'll double click the world map and boom, I get the sales in different countries. I'll increase the size of the bubbles a little bit and ask you a simple question. And this is how you explore data in Tableau. Tell me which country in the world has the maximum sales? Just by looking at this visualization, isn't it? There you go, right? The US, okay? But right now, looking at the sales, can you tell which company is profitable or not? Can you comment on profit looking at this right now? Yes or no? No, you cannot, right? So we need to bring profit into the picture. How do we do that? We take profit and we drop it on top of color. As simple as that. And the moment you do that, and I'll just change the color so that green is high profit and red is low profits, and just step it up to 6 colors and use a full color range, you'll be able to tell automatically which countries in the world are making a lot of profits and which countries are not, right? For example, can you all see that Indonesia is making profits? Please say yes in the chat box if you can see that. Yeah, green bubble there for Indonesia. You got it, right? And the US is profitable. You can all see that. But what if I ask you the states in each of these countries? Are all the states in Indonesia profitable? Can you see that right now? Are all the states in the US profitable? No. How do you see that? Nice and easy. You take state, go and find state and drop it on your visualization. As ridiculously easy as that. Boom, right? Now, can you tell me, are all the states in the US profitable or are there some loss-making states? Tell me the name of the loss-making state you see here. Yeah? All of you see that it's Texas, isn't it? And let's zoom in on Indonesia, okay? So I'll click on the magnifying glass and zoom in on Indonesia and kaboom, right? There we are. So this is the whole Indonesian picture here. Now, can you all tell me, those of you who are from Indonesia, we have no profits in Nusa Tenggara Barat. Can you all see that? Yeah? And we do not have profits in Riau. Can you see that? Yes? Fantastic. Yeah? Okay. So I'll unclip, I'll go back to my main view of global sales and profits, but here's the beauty. All you need to do is behind all of these visualizations are wonderful databases. Go and copy your data and you can export that data to any format that you want, and you will find that all of the calculations that were required have already automatically been done by Tableau in the background. All you need to go is go and paste, and now you're seeing why there are so many jobs for Tableau across the world, right? And when you combine it with R or Python, it's a deadly combination. So not only you get country, state, you get latitude, longitude, profit, sales, all of that. Okay? Is that clear, everyone? And in the last visualization, if you export your data, there you go. You can copy the data in the image as well. You may go and paste that and look at the data for your last visualization as well. By the way, I'm inserting tables in Excel. The best way to work is to insert a table, okay? And you can see the quantities here. There you go, as easy as that. But not only that, Tableau has more capabilities. So let's go back to our slide. We talked about descriptive. We just, analyzed, explored our data a little bit using Tableau. But this is only, if this is the iceberg, my friends, what you saw today is nothing. You only saw the top of the iceberg. There's like a lot below the iceberg, which you'll learn when you join the course. Let's talk about predictive analytics. So in Tableau, let me show you some predictive analytics, which is very surprising, but I'll rename this global sales and profits, okay? There we go, and open one more visualization. We want to predict if this loss that we are making is because of shipping cost. All of you can see shipping cost in the measures on the left hand side. Please say yes in the chat box if you can. Yes, all of you can see that, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and understand if this is happening because of shipping cost. Are we making losses because of shipping cost? Is profit being impacted by shipping cost? Now watch me do that. It's a little complex. I'll take shipping cost and I'll drop it on columns, and I'll take profit and I'll drop it on the rows. I'll get 1 point, total profit, total shipping cost. Now I need to break this up into many different markets in the world. So I'll drop market and I'll take it and I'll drop it on top of shape. So each shape is one market. Square is APAC, triangle is US, circle is Africa, and I get the totals. But not just this, I also want to see all my categories: furniture, technology, all the categories of products that I have. So I will take category and I will drop that. Let me find category. It's right on top. I'll drop it on top of color. And now you get so many points. So furniture in APAC is a blue square. Technology in APAC is a red square, and office supplies in APAC is a yellow square. Similarly, you get all of these points, but I want to see all my customers. So I'll add all the customers' details here. I'll drop customer on detail, and boom, I get all my transactions, right? I'll disaggregate this because right now what you see is the total profit and total shipping cost. I don't want the total. I want to see each and every transaction, okay? So that I can do predictive analytics. I'll go to analysis and I'll disaggregate the measures, spread out my data nicely. Now what you get over here, folks, is the line of profitability. Can you all see that if red is the line of profit, zero profit, can you all see that there are many transactions where we are not making profits? Can you all see those transactions? They are below the line of profitability. This is the challenge with our business. Now my question is this happening because of shipping costs? So let me connect the theory perfectly with what you're learning in class. We had learned that we need to predict why things are happening the way they are happening. Why is profit low in many countries? We have seen that profit is low. So let's try and predict. We will use analytics to do that now. We'll go to the analytics pane in Tableau, data analytics or data science pane over here. Click on that, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to use linear regression, most popular technique worldwide. I'll take the linear regression trend line and drop it on the graph, and I get my linear regression trend lines. I'll maximize. The blue line is the equation. Profit is equal to shipping cost multiplied by 0.74 with an R squared value of 0.06. I'll explain that to you. The red line is for technology, blue line is for furniture, and the orange line is for office supplies. Now you can see in all of these cases an R square value. The first one is 0.18, second one is 0.12, third one is 0.069. What is this R square? Very important, okay? So this equation cannot be customized. You need not customize it. This is the actual equation on the basis of the data. No matter what you use, whether you use R, whether you use Python, whether you use SAS, whether you use Excel, or whether you use Tableau, you will get exactly the same equation, my friends. Okay, I hope that is very clear. All these tools are doing the same thing. Okay, this is the line of best fit. You're absolutely right. And what you see here is R square values. R square is known as the coefficient of determination. What this means is that to what extent is y determined by x? Is y really determined by x at all? Is it yes or is it no? R square is the value that helps you predict if y is determined by x. And we have drawn three lines, one for each kind of product that we have. For furniture, for office supplies, and technology. And that's why we have three lines. But in all three lines, you can see that the R squared value is 0.069, 0.12, and 0.18. Do you know that R squared is always between 0 and 1? So R squared has to be greater than 0. 0 means there is no relationship, no relation between profit and shipping cost. And 1 means that there is 100% relationship between profit and shipping cost. The world, my friends, is not black and white. It is always about gray. So it is never 0, it is never 1. But if you have an R squared value of 0.75, it basically means there is a 75% relationship between profit and shipping cost. But in this case, look at the R squared values. They're so low. 0.069, which is 6.9%, 0.18, right? 0.12. So we have predicted that shipping cost, is it really dependent on profit? Is shipping cost really dependent on profit, guys? Now that you see that the R squared value should be 0.75 and here you're having R squared value of only 0.069, 0.12, 0.18. These are far less than 75%, isn't it? So see, the thing is that profit is actually not that much dependent on shipping cost for the simple reason, guys, thank you for trying, even those who got the answer wrong. The thing is that R squared, if profit is related to shipping cost, it should be at least 60% relationship between, so it should have been zero point 0.6, or at least 70% relationship, so it should have been zero point 0.7. But actually, when you hover over these lines, you'll find it is much less than 0.6, 0.6, 0.7. See here, 0.069. It's not 0.6, it's 0.06. So it is just 6% relationship between profit and shipping cost. Only 6%. Is that high or a low relationship, guys? Come on. I know I'm teaching you a lot on day one. Don't worry, I'll explain in the course. It's a very low relationship. So what we have established is we have predicted that profit is not impacted by shipping cost. It is not always that you come out with a fantastic relationship. Sometimes you have to predict whether there's a relationship or not. And even if you can answer to the business why it is happening, if the business leader says, is it happening due to shipping cost? If you can answer, no, it is not happening due to shipping cost, then you have to investigate other reasons why it might be happening. For example, when you see in Tableau here for this data set, you can see all of the measures here. Can you all see that apart from shipping cost, you also have discount? So it could also be profit is low because of discount. You guys get it? Yes or no? Okay, and fantastic. All right, so I'll stop here, folks. We will go deeper into Tableau. It's now time for a quick R demo, and we will show you text mining and sentiment analytics in R. And I'm going to ask the screen to be shared with my colleague Pallab, and I will talk you through it. And he will be running text mining and sentiment analytics in R. And I hope you're all excited by it. Yes. Yes, we can check null values in Tableau and we can solve any null values that you have. Like here you have 32 unknown null values. So you can click on that and edit and resolve those null values. Okay, thank you, Mohan, for that question. Over to you, Pallab, please display your screen and we will all talk about SpaceX. How many of you have heard about SpaceX, the mission that has happened, the SpaceX mission? Yes, no? Just say yes, do it. Okay, so many of you have heard of SpaceX. I've made you the host, Pallab. Please share your screen. Okay, so let us look at two things, right? When you analyze text, the Elon Musk company launched SpaceX, and we're going to connect to Twitter and actually do live social media analytics using R, and we're going to use the R package called the sentiment package. Okay. Right. So I'll just ask Pallab to minimize his chat box and open his R, and we will show you what people are saying on Twitter about SpaceX. Yes? All right. How many of you are ready for that? So if you have installed R on your computers, we will show you how to do this in the course. Any product, any service that you have in the internet, right? We will show you how to actually analyze it. So Pallav will run the course and I'll walk you through the codes. Please go ahead, Pallav. Yeah. Sure. In the interest of time, we'll just run it, Pallav, and just directly show them the code. And I'm sure everybody can install RStudio and the sentiment package when you have time. I think Pallav is showing you that. But Pallav, what I will do is in the email, I'll send everyone the link for RStudio installation and the sentiment package. And we can straight away move to RStudio and start showing them parts of the code and running the codes. Yes. We can't see your screen right now. You need to share your whole desktop. Okay. Have you shared your screen? Can you log out and Yes, just guys, we're just trying to sort a small technical issue that we're facing here. So in the meanwhile, what I will also request is probably I'll take your feedback forms so that we can all get the video that you require, okay? And we can all get the, you know, videos of the entire session plus the presentations. So let me share the feedback form with you. Just give me a second here, folks, while I share the feedback form. Yeah. Okay. And we have just 3 questions in the feedback form. So you guys will be able to easily appreciate the feedback form and share your feedback. I think your feedback is very important because it helps us sort of improve these webinars. See, we are starting this course on the 4th of March, right? So on the 4th of March, all of you are welcome to please join the course and learn R, Tableau, data science, all the way till machine learning. Okay. So I'll actually show you the course details right now while we get the Tableau, the R demo up and going. Okay. And I'll request someone to share the feedback link as well. So from the team, while I actually share with you the detailed structure, for the course. All of you that have come today for the course, right? You have a discount for this particular course. So all of you will get a strong discount. It's 21,900 rupees, which is $399. All of you will get a discount on that, and it will be only 18,900 rupees, Indian rupees, which is 289 US dollars for everyone who has joined this particular course here. And the course is going to be exactly 16 classes of 3 hours each. We will go in those 16 classes all the way from problem definition, basics of statistics, 3 classes, and then we'll go deep into Tableau. We'll have 3 classes on Tableau, and then we will get into all your data science and machine learning techniques like regression, time series, decision trees, social media analytics, sentiment analytics, market basket analytics, customer segmentation. And then we will also introduce you to gradient descent machine learning. So you'll learn all these data science techniques plus machine learning as well. Finally, we will have a capstone project which is of 10 hours, right? And you will solve that capstone project on financial analytics and credit history and graduate out from the course. Detailed curriculum is available in this presentation, but you will see here that there is no course in the world right now that offers so much in one course, right? All the data science and machine learning plus Power BI, and we do not cover SAS, sorry about that, but Power BI, SQL, Tableau, everything is being covered in this course with a live capstone project on German credit card analytics, which you have to complete to earn your certification. And this is what your certification will look like. This will go on your LinkedIn page. A lot of people have this on the LinkedIn page, right? And this is a 100% online course, and we have assistants to build your resumes, and I have personally built resumes for all of my people, and they have got so many offers. And I think what you will see is if you look at the feedback on Facebook, I would just encourage you all to to see facebook.com/equiskill, you will see the wonderful feedback from all of our learners. Just a second, yeah. There you go. So you'll see that we rated 4.9 out of 5 on Facebook. I would invite all of you that like the webinar to please rate us 5 on 5 if you like the webinar. Yeah, and like our page as well. Okay. And I'm going to now, actually I put the wrong Pallab into the role of the presenter. So Pallab, can you please rename yourself to Pallab Equiskill, because you're Equiskill admin? Okay, so I'm making you the host. There we go. Over to you, Pallab. And while people fill in the feedback forms, we will actually ask all of you to fill up this feedback form. Understand that I respect your data, and I will make sure that we do not have any sort of misuse of your email IDs or your customer mobile numbers. But Ganesh has already filled and shared his feedback form. Thank you, Ganesh. See, this feedback form, folks, is only 3 questions, just 3 easy questions. And you'll see your email address, your name, and your mobile number kept 100% confidential with us. And we'll ask you about the class that you attended today, how satisfied you were, and how we can improve this particular class. Okay, so we have 6 minutes more. I'll hand it over to Pallab. Pallab, can you please share your screen now? Yeah, while people fill in their feedback forms. Muneshwar has filled his feedback form. Muneshwar says he killed it. I hope you didn't kill it, Muneshwar. All right, folks. See, in R here, what you see on the top left corner, folks, is the box where you put in your coding. Okay. So you will all put your codes here on the top left corner. Below, you will get some updates. For example, if your package has got installed or not, if there's an error or not. And on the bottom right corner box, you'll get a very nice output. So we have connected to Twitter, and all of you will be able to connect to Twitter free of cost. Once you learn this course, we'll show you how to connect to Twitter and run the search for SpaceX. So let's first generate the word cloud for SpaceX. Is the first step that we're going to do now. Just give us a second here. And Elon Musk's SpaceX program, while you guys fill the feedback, have a look at this. And guys, this is so easy. Please do not worry. We'll start from 2 plus 3 equal to 5, and actually show you the codes step by step. We'll even help you install R on your computers. Okay, we also help with installation and all of these things, right? Okay, see, we're cleaning up the tweets and we're removing all of these HTTPS kind of things, right? They actually make the tweets very dirty, right? And we're removing the hashtags. You can see that we're doing that. You don't need to analyze hashtags and HTTPS. There's no emotion behind that, right? And if people put smileys, we're removing those smileys also, because we'll create a word cloud. So all of these smileys don't add any value when you create a word cloud, right? Using this, we create a word corpus. What is a word corpus? It is a notepad file. Think of it as a CSV or a notepad file that has all of the tweets that have been put in the internet about SpaceX. And we have cleaned all of those tweets and removed unnecessary things, that you see up there, like HTTPS, tweets, smileys. Okay, so we'll move ahead now. Now we have a clean corpus, which means a clean data or text which we are going to analyze, and we'll quickly run one by one. See, we've done some more transformations to remove punctuations, uppercase, lowercase, remove some of the stop words in English. See, what is a stop word? You can see it in line number 64. Stop words are words like the. See, you can see all the stop words here. Like the, there's no emotion, there's no meaning in there's no meaning in the. You have to remove these words. Okay, so we'll go back to our studio and we'll show you that we have removed the stop words. And now we will actually go back and run the text. So someone has filled the feedback. Good, you guys are filling the feedback. Very good. Please fill it. All those who fill the feedback will get a full recording of today's class. Data, Tableau installation, R installation, everything. We'll share it with you. Yeah. I know you're all waiting for your word cloud on SpaceX, so hang in there. Okay, so we're getting the output. Can all of you confirm, Abdul, Alan, Angshu, Ishwar, Ria, have you all filled your feedback? Anastasia, Frika, yeah? Hendra, my mobile. Have you all filled your feedback, folks? While we actually run these outputs, yeah? Because your feedback is so important to me. Okay, a lot of you are confirming that you've shared your feedback. Now let's have a look at this particular word cloud that just came out. So what we'll do is we'll maximize this word cloud. Can all of you see the moment you type SpaceX, everybody on Twitter is talking about Elon Musk, yeah? And Falcon, can someone tell me what is Falcon? Yes, it's the aircraft that lifts it into space, right? What is it? Yes. So Falcon Heavy is the name of the rocket, right? I had muted myself for a second. And all of you can see when we manufacture, even Bezos engine is available. So this is what people are talking about. And the Tesla car as well. Okay. Let's look at the emotion that is behind this. So you can see titanium, California, success. Let's look at the emotion behind SpaceX. So we'll create the sentiment graph of all of these tweets that we have analyzed on Twitter. And by the way, you should all like Twitter because it's one of those platforms that gives you access, yeah, to the entire tweets, and very few people do that, yeah. And all of those who are filling the feedback form, don't worry, we will share, the codes with you, but we are going to teach you this as a part of the Analytics Accelerator certification. Apart from data science, machine learning, you'll also learn social media analytics and text analytics. Everything will be covered in this course. It's one of the only courses that actually covers all of these details, right? Now let's look at the sentiment graph, and we'll maximize the sentiment. As per the Oxford Dictionary, when you look at all of the words that were used in the tweets, you will be able to look at the sentiments, and you can all see that there's a huge amount of anticipation. People are trying to see if this mission will be successful or not, what will happen, will it reach the location or not. And you can also see that there's a fair deal of positivity around it and trust around it, right? There is very little disgust with SpaceX. Nobody is disgusted with it, or not very few are negative about it. For some reason, some people are angry. I think something in SpaceX misfired. If I remember correctly, there was something that sort of misfired or did not work exactly as it was supposed to, and they overshot a particular location, right? So all of this comes out. Now, for a business, this is important because you all get Google reviews, right? And everybody has to be aware of the sentiment behind their Google reviews, their Facebook page. If you look at the Facebook page for the Malaysian Airlines, it's a disaster. There's only negative comments, right? Or for the Indigo Airlines, right? So everyone should have a social media barometer using R or Python to monitor the sentiment behind the comments on every platform. Of course, if you have to monitor Facebook, you have to pay Facebook. You do not get free access to Facebook, but to Twitter, you have free access. Okay. Prashant says, can you use Python for this? Of course, of course. See, tools are not important. Prashant, you can use Python, R, SAS, even SPSS has text mining. Never get into tools. Understand the techniques, what is behind. For example, see, one technique I showed you today was something called the stop words, right? So you need to understand what are stop words. What is a stop word? Can someone tell me some stop words? Come on, folks. Please tell me some stop words. I just explained a short while ago, right? And I'll reclaim the host here. The, exactly, to. And then you all learned today you have to clean HTTPS. You have to clean, the colons, the slash. You have to clean the links. You have to do this in any language. R, Python, SAS, it doesn't matter. We can teach you in multiple languages, okay? All right. So I will stop Pallab share screen and come back to my screen now. It's a small introduction to R, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. How many of you enjoyed that? Yes, sentiment analysis and text mining in R. Yeah, great. Thank you so much, Ganesh, Mohan, Rupesh, and I hope you enjoyed our webinar. Hey, look, guys, we actually do a lot of nice free events also, apart from the course, which is, of course, starting on 4th of March. So you'll see here, if you go to equiskill.com, on the front page on equiskill.com, you will constantly see, events here. So you can click on register now, and you can register for events. If you click on register now, you'll see many events that are happening on a regular basis, and you can join, some of those events on equiskill.com. You'll also see a wonderful course, the Analytics Accelerator Certification, 51 hours. It's the longest course, R, Python, R, Tableau, Power BI, SQL, everything covered, not SAS really, sorry, but the rest is all covered in this course, up to machine learning, you know, it's all covered, and fantastic feedbacks and reviews on Facebook. So please consider the Analytics Accelerator certification on the 4th of March. And I'm sharing the link with all of you there. Yes. And Prashant, you do not need buckets for positive and you can create buckets if you want, but even without buckets, you can get the sentiment, right? Pallab, we didn't create buckets for this code here, right? We did the sentiment analysis without the buckets. If you want, you can create buckets also. It's not that it's not possible, Prashant, okay? All right, so that's the accelerator, and I have a special request. You all gave your feedback, but I have a small request. Those of you that liked, today's session, if you enjoyed the session, please rate us 5 on Facebook so that a lot of other friends like you can also come and find our page. So if you type equiskill.com facebook.com, and I hope you shared your email IDs and mobile numbers correctly, because that's how you'll get the recordings. So /equiskill, you click on that. And please do visit this course page here. I think it's the best course that we have, and you click on reviews. You'll see a lot of our people were kind enough to share reviews with us. So I'll just click here on reviews. Those of you that enjoyed today's course and class, please do rate us 5 and share a little bit of your thoughts around how you thought today's webinar went for you. And we'll be more than pleased to share all the details with you. So I've got reviews here, and if you would like to like our Facebook page, then you can just click on home and you can like the page. So you get many invites, and you can see we're reviewed by 42 plus people, and we're rated 4.9 on 5, right? And these are some of the reviews that all of you can see here. Arumugam is our student, and he's a data scientist now at Agile. He was an electronics engineer, and we have many more students who have actually joined the course, right? Here's your certification, something you will learn in exactly 2 months after the course, and this will go on your LinkedIn page. So all of you must have seen the LinkedIn page. Important things, you don't need to be an engineer to join this program. Okay, so that's really important. Any domain knowledge you have of sales, marketing, anything is good. You will learn up and above that. You need only R, Tableau, and Power BI for this program. We're not covering SAS in this particular program. Sorry for that typo. All the classes are 100% recorded, and they're at the same time that you attended the class today. So it will start at the same time. Only thing is that the classes are 3 hours, because we have to cover a lot of things. In between, all of you will get 15 minutes for your dinner break or your coffee, tea. Yes. And fantastic discounts for all of you who joined today. We have placed many people. We have helped them with their resume, forwarded their resume. We've helped them with mock interviews, but we clearly do not guarantee any placement. Nobody does in the industry, right? And you can email contact@equiskill.com if you guys have questions. So let me share that email ID with you. Contact@equiskill.com. We will start at the same time. It will be on Saturday and Sunday, starting from the 4th of March. Lovely course. And it will be both Saturdays and Sundays at the same time we started today. Yeah. So the time is 7:30 p.m. IST. Okay. And for the people in Indonesia, I think it's a little later, but it will be definitely worth your time as well, to join the course. In the US, this is, I think, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, ET in the US. And London time, I think it's 2 p.m. Yeah. And I look forward to seeing all of you in the course. It'll be a wonderful journey. If some of you have questions, you must drop me an email. Just write to Amit at contact@equiskill.com and just say for Amit, and I will answer all your questions personally. Yeah. And those of you who want to WhatsApp, just WhatsApp +91 97316 You can even call me. I'm available on WhatsApp as well. Yeah. Okay. So Muneshwar has a question. Is it webinar for the entire duration of the course? So it is Zoom video conferencing, Muneshwar, that we use for the duration of the course. Yeah. And the best instructors today all are teaching online, yeah, because the whole world joins, and we have learners from Dubai, Indonesia, Singapore, Jakarta, London, US, all the countries across the world. Yeah. Okay. At this point, I will stop the recording and I will take more questions from you. Every class is recorded and sent to participants, says Satya. Yes. And you will receive the class within 12 hours. You will get the recording of the class, and it is uploaded into the learning management system. Okay. And fresher has any job opportunity right after the completion of the course? Well, absolutely. So we have a fresher, in fact, Subramaniam Arumugam, who was a fresher, and he has got placed already with Agile Technologies. Yeah, so freshers definitely have opportunities. At this point, let me first stop the recording and I'll show you a few more things. Right, so thank you everyone for joining the webinar, and I'm ending the webinar recording for today. I look forward to seeing all of you in the course on the 4th of March. Just a second, and I should also save the chats because a lot of people sent me personal chats. Yes, so I'm going to save the chats as well and stop the recording for the day.